Well, what do we have going on this morning? It is Sunday, March 12th, and less than predicted. They thought we'd have a couple of inches, although it could continue. Yeah, we got snow. How about that? All right, let's go to church, shall we? I have 8 minutes to get there. Wait, time change. I have an hour and 8 minutes to get there. No, I don't. It was spring forward, so my car clock is an hour behind. I don't have an hour and 8 minutes to get there. I do, in fact, just have 8 minutes to get there. Okie dokie. So I guess this is where I have to say, for the 3 gazillionth time, wish me luck. Oh man, this thing is parked not cool, man. All right, now I think I can get out. Let's see. That's interesting. Little strut details. All right, I gotta go. I really gotta go. Oh man. Well, it is officially still winter, so the fact that it's snowing on today, March 12th or whatever day it is. Yeah, March 12th. I said that before. I know. I just double checked. What are we supposed to say about it? Weather does what weather's going to do, people, and I'm okay with it, of course. But man, these roads are still like in winter mode, and it's just bad. I really. I don't think anybody enjoys driving on roads that are in the kind of shape that our roads are in, which is very frustrating because it wasn't that big of a deal as far as winter's concerned. And I, for one, believe that that's something that my municipality should be on top of. That is one of their basic responsibilities, But maybe not. Feel free to disagree. Look, just for a second on startup, I get the actual display. The eBay guys, I contacted them and sent them a couple pictures. They said, "Oh, that display's probably bad. If you want to send it back, we'll replace it." But I'm not getting my error warnings yet. So CD changer 1, track 1, because I've got the Bluetooth on. 33 degrees. Oh, there we go. Now it all changes. Oil sensor. Soon the headlight warning. Before I forget, so I'm saying this just to remind myself, I have to talk to solidify things in my brain. I think you've probably all established that by now. It's what we would call a talk to thinker, that a part of my memory and my ability to cognate is wrapped up in my linguistics. Some people think and then talk, right? They have to process before they verbalize. And for me, verbalizing is a part of my cognition. Anyway, part of the sermon today was about priorities. And part of priorities, of course, is making choices. So the two things I talked about. Have I ever mentioned on here that I kid about a couple of things? My book that I want to write, which is it's Life is a Choice, which is actually a line from something called the Tao of Pooh. It was about Buddhist philosophy told in terms of the Winnie the Pooh cartoons and books, because A.A. Milne communicated a lot of those things, rather intentionally or not. I don't know. I'll have to look that up when I write my book. Everything's a choice, right? Eat the cookie, don't eat the cookie. Exercise, don't exercise. React in anger, don't react in anger. Everything's a choice. Many of these choices are unconscious, but it's still a choice. Now, as a part of that, the kind of discussion today was about priorities, and that decision fatigue, and that there's symptoms of decision fatigue. And I hope you know what decision fatigue is. It is a part of the realization that we are making decisions by the thousands. Researchers have suggested as many as 35,000 decisions a day. And after a while, our brain just goes, okay, I'm done with that. And that's when we like check out. We do a couple of things to kind of check out. And what there are, again, established symptoms for decision fatigue. And one of the cool phrase that she quoted, again, not her phrase, the Reverend Dr. Suzanne Anderson. I'm having trouble with my brain today. Was a thing called a quote that she quoted called this, that says, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by trying to drive and get past a garbage truck on a Sunday morning. That discretion, oh shoot, see, now it went away. That not motivation, effective. To be effective, you have to be, it rhymes with it, yeah. To be effective, you have to be, I can't remember what it is. It's gone. It's gone. It was there. That's why I started recording this, and it's gone.
Basically, you need discretion to be effective. I hate when stuff just goes away. I'll probably delete some of this then. And there was more to it than that about priorities. And then, in decision making.
Selective. To be effective, you must be selective. So then, what happens to me, I'm writing my own sermon in my head or book or whatever, and I'm thinking about all the little, things that they do in group trainings and stuff like that. So the classic, you bring in a jar and you bring in some rocks and some pebbles and some sand and some water. And or it depends upon, some people say, I've seen it done with beer as well. And you say, okay, I need to get all the stuff into that jar. And the jar clearly looks too small, like a pickle jar, a big mayonnaise jar, it's industrial size. No way this stuff's going to fit in here. And so you do it two ways, right? You start with like the small stuff, and then you work your way. And then there's no room for the rocks, and absolutely not the water or the beer, the liquid. And then you say, okay, so let's make a metaphor out of this. The big stuff represents like the important things in your life, your priorities, making sure that you have shelter, right? So, family, God, shelter, these things, right? The things that matter. So you put the biggest things in the jar first, right? Okay, then there's extra stuff in your life that you like, but it's not those things, right? So then you take the pebble, it's the smaller rocks, and you pour those in and shake it around, and they all fit. You're like, okay, but then there's the stuff that just gives you pleasure, right? That is not important at all, not important, totally can live your life without it, but they are things that you like that give you pleasure, or whatever. I can't remember what the whole metaphor is. And then you dump the sand in, and again, because you shake it around, it blends in, it fits in all the nooks and crannies between the rocks and the big rocks and the pebbles in that. We're learning a lesson, right? And then the beer, that's when people use beer. Then the liquid is just the pleasure things. And of course you pour that in and it soaks in and it absorbs into the sand. And if you do things in the correct order, you prioritize. There's time in your life for all of those things. But if you fill it with the unimportant things first, you don't have time for the big stuff. So you have to be consciously doing these things. All right, 5 minutes that I've been talking. That's almost an entire video, so I'll do what I can to snip and clip. All right, it is Sunday. Church is over. Again, good sermon. Enjoy the sermon. I'm trying to remember these things. That's why I'm talking to you. Headed off to the in-laws' house for pancakes. But actually, I'm going to go home first and change and grab my band rehearsal stuff because I don't want to go to band rehearsal dressed in this necessarily. I guess I could. But either way, I want to grab that stuff first so I can go straight from pancakes to band rehearsal. All right, later, y'all. Happy Sunday. I'm like juggling my keys here. Okay, long pancakes event at the in-laws. As you can see, I'm wearing a different coat because I actually had to go home and get a tool because we ended up doing some work, some tree work for him. Ooh, my hands got freezing cold. No band practice. The two lady singers are sick, and quite frankly, There's something going on with me too. Ooh, and the boys are in front of me, and they cause the traffic light to turn because there's a nice little sensor here. And so I get a green light. Yay! Oh, that hurt. It's a down a hill and then take a right turn, and I hit it wrong. All right, time to go home and drain the water and put in coolant in my car. Late for a very important date. No time to wait. I'm late.
Look at that, would you? Holy cow. I mean, I have to log in, but impressive, eh? Good morning. It's Tuesday. Let's make the day.
So, just for fun, why do I start sentences with so? Anyway, just for fun, I've taken a drive back up the street behind me where no progress has been made. They did cut down some trees that were in the corner, and now there's just stumps sticking up, which is stupid. They do say that still sign says that this one site is sold, but it's just the one. Nothing has changed. So I don't know how long it's been since I last did this. They have done a little bit more work on the house here. Let me flip. So the model home does have, like the garage doors in it now and the doors in it, so you probably can't get in it or anything. And there you go. The Summerhill, $984,000 for this house right here. $984,000 for this house. Actually, I think I'm gonna grab one of these. Hold on. And I guarantee you the only people grabbing these, oh, they have a mower. Somebody put a mower in the dumpster. I'm sure people just been dumping things in here. And they did finally do some landscaping around here. So there's grass down here at the entrance to make the entrance look better. I bet you, as I was saying, that the majority of the people that have taken these flyers are people like me that live around in the neighborhood. That'd be my guess. I'm transitioned to, there is a little bit of me that feels bad for the people that made this investment, and Traditions, I'm sure, is losing money on this every week, which is a bummer for them. It really is. Their other developments around town have been successful. The one that they were kind of modeling it after a little bit at least is successful, and that's probably why they had people moving from Anderson to that area. We know some people that did that because what they had out there was just not available here, but this was not the right spot, and I tried to tell them that.